Hello, welcome friends. From time being, I'm receiving a request to prepare a lecture on revisions, how to do the effective revisions. And let me tell you what exactly is revision. Revision is, as you can divide the word into two parts. It's a revision. We have to re we have to see the chapter again and again. Means you have to revision it. You have to revisualize it. Something like this one. It is not like read. If you are not able to recall less than 50% what you have read, this means you have to read it again. You cannot revise that topic. So with this effect, with this lecture, I will tell you how to do the effective revisions, what will be the technique, and what practically you can do to do a effective revision. So without wasting any time, let's start confident learning. It is see, understand something. What is revision? Let me explain little bit more about the revision. Revision is something that you have already read. You have already read about this. Let's take an example of interior of the earth. You have read the interior of the earth. Now you have to recall this one. Means you have to recall, not to read. If you cannot recall, and maybe there's some gap is there, okay, you can recall 80% of the information, you can recall 60% of the information, something like this one. So you are recalling that information, not you are not going to read it again the whole chapter in the name of the revision. Understand something. And revision is not a separate part. You have to plan your strategy starting from the reading and making notes and time management to the final what is the revision. It is all in parallel. You are reading it, making a notes, and then revising the topic, and simultaneously you are making a time management schedule also. But with this, the main aspect of this lecture is to do the revision. Okay, how to do the revision? It could be possible the lecture or the video may be a bit longer, but I will request you to go up to the end of this video so you will understand what effective study is. Okay, just I will give you one example how to do the study. If you have a chapter just like chapter 1, interior of the earth. If I'm talking about the interior of the earth, how you will do the study, or how you do the reading for interior of the earth. You will start reading about the introduction parts of the interior of the earth, just like crust, mantle, and core, and what is the velocity, everything. This means you have to do the comprehensive study to understand the fact, concept, this formula, theorem, and whatever you want to ask, the definition, everything. Then what you will do with the whole chapter, what you can do, either you can highlight particular words, or you can underline a particular sentence, or you can write on the margin, okay, this page is important for the p-wave velocity, or you can put a flag, book flag, just like a marker. We used to fold these pages like this one. Then what you will do with all this information, when you finish with your chapter, you will take a paper or something like this one to make a notes, for further study. That will either you will go with the whole, means you will go for the short notes or the long notes, something like this one. So that will help you to revise your topic very effectively. So your notes should be very accurate, and it should be concise. It is not like that you are going to write each and everything from your book to your notes. Okay, it should be selective. This is the utilizing data. Now you already read the topic, you highlighted it, you already make a notes of out of that one. Now synthesize the information. Are you able to understand the concept, how we will define the interior of the earth, what will be the basics, and what will be the method that used to define all this? If your answer is yes, then it is okay. If the answer is no, go and do it again, do it again. If your answer is yes again, are you able to write in a simple word, and are you able to explain this to your explain to the kid? If you can do this, this means you have read in a very good manner. See, don't fool, don't make fool of yourself. You are the best to know yourself. Okay, what you have to do, sit in a place and think that are you able to grasp the concept, are you able to read this what is written there, are you able to recall it, or whatever, you are you able to understand the concept behind the chapter. If you can't, analyze the problem, why you are not able to grab the concept of this topic. You have to identify this problem. Okay, if you can do that, half of the problem will solve, then you can move ahead. Now, for the time management, I already prepared a very detailed lecture on this one. Just go and watch the video. Now, come to the topic what we have today. The main topic, we started with the how to do the revision. We have to decide what type of revision we need to do. Do we are we able to have a revision or assessment plan or no? A good assessment plan. And what is the productive and unproductive revision technique means, we will understand what exactly is the revision and how we will do the revision, what will be the technique and what will be the methodology for this one, and why we need revision, why we are not able to grasp the concept in first instance, that we need to check. This all are scientific, it is nothing more like that one. Planning, revision and assessment time. See, everybody know about this one. In 6 to 8, or maybe everybody used to do this a timetable. Okay, Monday I have English class, then I will go for water break, and like this one from start. Okay, I will wake up at 8 o'clock, wake up, then tea break, and then little bit nap, blah blah blah, like this one. I used to do a lot in my 6 to 8 class, but for me it was not effective because I was not consistent. So the word consistent is very important for anything, whether you for for anything. Hard work and consistency is very important word that that will take you to the top of anything. Okay, so understand something, that it is not like that you have everything to work on. You have to utilize that thing in your daily life also. If you have a plan, or if you have a timeline or anything to utilize for the revision, you should use that one also. Okay, now I already shown you the blank timesheet. In that blank timesheet, you can fill your requirement as per your daily routine. Maybe you have some this family commitment and everything, but I don't think so that you have a family commitment. But your why? Because your family want you to study as much as you can. So your time, your blank timeline should fill with your study material only. Not, "Oh, I have to go to meet my friend. I have to go to see my auntie, uncle," like this one. It shouldn't be there in your blank timeline. Or just decide whether you can study in morning, evening or afternoon. It is up to you. Everybody has their own choice. Now you have to divide the Pomodoro technique. See, I we why we need to revise. Okay, and why and how to revise. Here, how to revise, I can divide this into two parts. How to read and revise, because this Pomodoro technique will apply for everything, whatever you're doing. Even in daily life, you can utilize this Pomodoro technique for effective output. So it is not only related to the revision, it will go with the reading also. And what this technique is, I will tell you in detail here. What you have to do, it came from the Italian chef, where he utilized this basically it is time clock, like this one. It is a clock. They used to set the timing for their dishes, what they are cooking. It shouldn't be overcooked or undercooked, so they cannot remember the time, how much time it take to perfectly cook the dish. So they use this Pomodoro technique. And the Pomodoro for Italian is a tomato, so it is look like a tomato clock, something like this one. That's why the technique came from. Now now you already read and now revised it. Now comes to the assessment. What do you mean by assessment? Assessment is your exam. Time to time we have exam in terms of the test series, or if you are in college you have a semester exam, a monthly exam, or half yearly exam, something like this one. It will give you the assessment. If you don't have any exam or this test series, something like this one, you can do your own assessment. Sit on Sunday or on Monday or whatever day you want, and check the topic, the chapter. Okay, this is my chapter 1. Let me do the assessment with my own. Can I able to recall this thing or not? Do the assessment by your own. Then check your confidence level. Are you able to recall everything, or are you able to understand everything, or are you able to explain that to another person very easily? If yes, this means your confidence level from 1 to 5 you are on a good level. You can review your revision plan as per your requirement. You can change it anytime, up to you. It's totally depends upon you. Okay, so let's move to another. Okay, now this, all this will go with the time and focus management also. I told you that reading and whatever we will go with the revision, it will follow for the reading also. You have to manage all this. The revision part will include creating timeline, timetable. Even timetable is for study also. Study means reading. You need to make a timetable for reading also, and in the end of the day you have to put a column for revision also. So this whole discussion will follow for the revision also as well as for the reading. So it is not okay, sir told me about only revision, can I follow this for the reading also? Yes, you can. It is a chain reaction. You have to do study, you have to make notes, then you have to manage the time, and then you have to revise also all this, and the revision, all this, even the time management come under the time management part also. Now, understand something. What is effective revision strategy? You have to recall or you have to recognize. Think about a movie plot or something like, okay, you are watching a plot, you have seen some clips or something like this one, then you can remember the whole story of this movie. After watching the poster, after seeing the poster, okay, this is Iron Man 3. Oh, this is related to that plot like this one. What you are doing, you are recognizing the information, then you are recalling it. Means after having some info, some recognition, then you are able to recall this information. But if I ask you on the same movie, what type of color, uh, or what type of color was there the Iron Man's suit? Everybody knows that because we see a lot of this one. But if I talk about the director name, or any dialogue or something like this one, for that you have to recall very extensively. Okay, so what in see, I gave you one picture, one movie clip, then I ask you, are you able to remember this one? This month you remember just because of this information. This means you can recognize the information with the help of some data. But now I told you, oh, these are the information. Now recall about director name or anything else, but you cannot. So in exam we have to recall, not to recognize. But now it's a very interesting fact is there. For MCQ type of question, they gave you some recognition. So your means we can say your study is bit easier because you have something in front of you, that in that you have to identify the answer. This means you have 20 to 30% recognition, 70% you have to recall. Okay, understand? So in exam we need to recall. Now understand, I told you why we need to revise. Why? This is scientific provement is there. We have different types of memories. Everyone has a different type of memory. Someone has the picture memory. They can see anything and they can recall means after 100 days or maybe the years or something like this one. The the doctor maybe some, see, I'm not say I'm talking about the average person here. I'm not talking about some genius or some what we call is Ramanujan like this one. That we are a common person. I'm talking about the average student who cannot recall the whole information after one day. Means after one day he can recall up to 60%. This is here, 40% is there. As the time passes, he can reduce his retention power up to 20%. Means after 3 months, he can only remember 20% of the information what he read in day first. So after 3 months, he only can recall up to 20%. So that's why we need to revise the concept time to time. And what will be the timing? First 18 minutes may be crucial. If you don't want, you don't have time, okay, at least in within a one day you have to recall the information within one day. So now you can understand why I told you this read, notes, time management, revision is all tie in one chain. Why? See, one after one day you have to revise. Now the exam is very near. Are you going to read or revise? So that's why this is a parallel process. Forget about the exam, forget about the jam or gate exam for now. This technique you can utilize from the day one. when you are either in BSc first year or even the class 6 7 student can also utilize this technique to give a good to get a good percentage in life. But don't be upset, don't be depressed. You already read in BSc first year, second year, third year, or MSc like this one. Whatever happened, let it be happen. Don't waste your present just because of your past as well as because of your future. Live in present. Try to do whatever you want in present. Okay, you have already wasted some of your time. Okay, in past. Don't think about the future to waste your present right now. Start whatever you have. Do your level best. Let's see what will happen. Thinking about the past and future will waste your present right now. Okay. If you have 1 month, try to get at least 50% number. At least so it will give you the confidence. Okay, I studied only for 1 month and I got 50%. If I will study more, I can top in the exam. This should be your motto. Don't think, oh, I cannot do, I cannot do. If you cannot do, yes, you cannot do. This is very simple. If you are going somewhere, either you will reach to the top, to the destination, or you will not. But at least you started. If you will not start, definitely you will not reach to that target. Very easy. Okay, so understand something. Whatever happened, let it be. So what you have to do, first revision is 1 day within a week. I told you for the assessment part, this is your assessment. Within before the assessment, revise it again. And plan, and now I told you to reschedule your plan because you have a bunch of notes to study. So after 1 month, you have to change your table also. Okay, that's why the months come. And then after 3 months, if you recall again, because now you have to recall many chapter and many things, so it need more time. So accordingly, you have to reschedule your planning. Okay. Now, what is the revision technique? This is short term and long term. I told you this. I can put this into the short term and this one into the long term. Now you will ask me, sir, okay, this is not related to 1 month or 2 month job. When you started learning anything, it is related to that. The discussion will from here will follow. You are starting studying in BSc first year, not in BSc first year. You have ample time and now you want to prepare for your exam. What you can do, you started a chapter 1 or 2. Once you finish the chapter, you recall it within 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and the next day you can you again recall it, and then next 1 week you recall it again, and then 1 month and like 3 months, like this one. This is a whole process for 1 to 3 months. You have to do lots of hard work to achieve this goal, because here you need consistency, because it started from day 1 to in 3 months. Now understand the revision. When you are going for the revision, you cannot read it again, you have to revise it. Okay, how you will revise it, I will tell you, but understand, reading is not allowed during the revision. This means you cannot go with the chapter 1 again and again. You have to convert this chapter into some easy mean that will help you to save your time and give you the all knowledge what is there in the chapter. So we have two types of technique here, the passive revision technique and the active revision technique. We will utilize both. If means mostly this passive revision technique doesn't work a lot because you are not very much involved in the passive revision, so not effective. Maybe it is effective for some purpose per person, but not for all. Let's see what is this passive technique. Reading, you are reading from your notes, from your past assessment and the key textbook like this one. But if it is not going within your brain, so it is not useful. Same thing is if you are typing the notes or you are copying the notes, if you are still not going into your brain, you are just wasting your time, you are not getting anything from it. Now you have the notes, you are just highlighting, still okay. What you have highlighted you also don't know, this means it is not good for you. Listening to the lecture, sometimes YouTube lectures are there, you are listening, but you have to grasp the concept what he is telling. Are you able to understand what he is telling? If yes, this means you are good in passive technique also. If not, we have to look for another technique, which one is the active technique. What is active technique is very good. The first one is the visual method. Visual method, what is visual method? Think like this one. You have the chapter 1. Can you close your eyes and see what is on the front page of the Prabir Singh book? What will be the color? This is sky blue color. The Prabir Singh is written somewhere here in the yellow part, like this one. Can you recall this Ratle book? This red color book, and in the center it is written Ratle Manual of Mineralogy, like this one. If you can visualize that one, this is very good technique to recall everything. Take an example of interior of the earth. Can you recall the interior of the earth? Sometime like this. Okay, introduction. Interior of the earth. Crust, mantle core. Crust is Sial Saima, means oceanic crust or continental crust. Then you have what? Mantle. Mantle is here. I can divide mantle into different parts like lithosphere, astronosphere, based on the p wave velocity change density, like this one. It and now I can draw a line here. This is 2900 kilometer line where the mantle is stop. Now if I will go up to the interior of the earth, it is 6370. I have inner core and outer core. Can you imagine this a whole while I am writing this one? If you can do this one, this means your visualization technique is very good. And that I am not very genius. You can build this technique by giving practice, and can't you cannot believe my wife is very good in visualization. During her study time, he can tell you the page number with the figure and with the paragraph also. So we have that type of people involved also. So understand something, that technique you can develop. Even you can also develop if you start doing 5, 10, or 15 minutes every day. Listening to your own voice. See, this is very effective for me during my MSc period when I cleared a gate in 2005 and 2006. I used to record my own voice. My brother gave me this instrument. This is a recording instrument with the cassette. It's the same instrument, and I used to record my voice. Okay, from anytime I get, means from morning or something like this one, and I used to listen whenever I have free time, because every time I cannot sit. I cannot have my books and reading like anything. And in our time, we don't have this technology, mobile or everything. So can watch the video and sitting somewhere here there. So I used to listen my own voice. You can do also. You have a gadget. You have a mobile. You can utilize the mobile in a constructive way, not in the destructive way. Then again, you can utilize, these are the different techniques. You can make a flashcard. Take time, rhythm, mnemonic. If you are following me, I used to put the mnemonic to remember the words. I have make a video related to geological time scale where I give you a concept about the mnemonic, how to remember very easily. So that you can also give a work to mnemonic. If you do remember what is mnemonic exactly is with Gyor. If you remember this one, this is violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. This is the successions, like this one. And you have a mnemonic for GTS, geological time scale also, and many more you have. So you can make your own mnemonic also, and you can practice questions by test series by your own and everything, and study, group study. Group study is bit difficult. It is two-way source is there. Maybe your friend, if your friend is not actively involved with your study, it will be just a waste of time. If he is eagerly want to do great, then the group study is very effective tool to do study, because you will not give more time, because you can divide the topic. uh, Half, like you will study the from here to here, and you can explain to me, so I will get the knowledge, and I will explain to you from here to here. So in that way you can save the time, but that should be in an effective manner. It is not like that. Okay, if 5 or 6 people are there, and now you started making party and have namkeen and chai and blah blah, like this one. So if this is going to be happening in the group study, stop it. Mind map and other notes. What is the other notes? Sometimes we have other notes. We can make short notes. We can make long notes, short notes. We have important points that will give you, that will help you to recall the chapter. Long term, you should have the figure also in between, and some more definition like this one. Mind map is very good to recall the whole chapter. I told you that what you can do. This is a paper is there. You can divide the paper into parts, and you can write the whole chapter into this only one page. If your writing is good, you can read it very easily, but sometimes our writing is not so good, and we are very lazy to make this type of pages or like this one. So better I will suggest you to make a mind map of the whole chapter, that okay, this is the introduction. We talk about the interior of the earth. In interior we have crust mantle core, then crust mantle core divided like this one. And the classical example for this mind map is I prepare a figure like this one, where I put all the information like this olivine, and then you have a plastic partial. So if you see this figure, you can learn, okay, this is crust mantle core. Okay, we have the density of we have the volume percentage of the mantle as well as weight percent of mantle. Okay, I have the means breaking also. I have the this discontinuity also, Lemon discontinuity, Gutenberg Wizard discontinuity, Dalma discontinuity. So with this figure, I can recall many information without seeing 20-30 pages chapter of interior of the earth. So this is mind map. You can prepare your own map. You can prepare mind map from your own notes also. Just write the heading and some important points. Told you in the start of the lecture that this all technique will go with the reading also. If you want to do the reading, you can utilize this visual technique of reading. Listening also, you can record all the chapter and listen. It will help you in revision also. You can make a flashcard for reading also. You can prepare a mnemonic for reading also. All this, yeah, and you are making mind map during reading, so it will help you in revision. Now revision, what I told you about the revision here. Now we have to shift a little bit, deviate a little bit to understand writing based revision and computer based revision. In computer based revision, you have MCQs, means you have options. Option means you need not to practice for the writing, for the answer writing practice. Answer writing practice. Why we need a answer writing practice? If you go in the UPSC exam or any good exam, you need not to write everything. Your answer should be very selective, and it should have the point wise answering. If the figure is required, you should draw a very means a wonderful or beautiful figure in this one. You cannot miss anything. This means it will come by practice. It will come by practice. So that's why we need revision for writing based practice also. What I told you, all this is related to computer based writing. You have add something for the writing based revision. While for writing based revision, what you have to do, you have to do the practice for the writing for the whole answer, as well as if the figure is required, you have to practice for the figure also. If you can do this one, so this lecture will tell you everything about the CBT to writing based exam. Now now I told you about why we need revision. I told you about the revision. Revision is required because we are forgetting the material, the content we read after 18 minutes, then 1 day, then 1 week, so like this one. But are you able to read it and revise it effectively? Means, are you happy to do the revision? Are you getting motivated enough to do the revision? This is the question. Sometimes we used to hear from the student, or maybe from okay, I'm not feeling well to study. Okay, I will study after 2 hours, or I will study after 5 hours. This is procrastination. Means you are delaying your work. You are just delaying you are not getting motivated. So how to get motivation? My dear, listen to me. You need not to get any motivation course for early morning to to make you motivated. The motivation is that you have to clear an exam. You have to clear an exam. This is the main motivation word is there, exam. You have to clear the exam. You have to top the exam. What else you need? Motivation, exam topper, exam topper. Just put exam topper on your desk. Exam topper. That word will give you so much motivation that you have to top the exam. You are doing this hard work just to get the good marks, to top the exam, to clear the jam, to clear the gate, to clear the UPSC, whatever you want. This should be your motivation word. You shouldn't search motivation word from anyone else. Okay, what will be the motivation word, so I will get today and I will start blasting myself. Okay, understand something. Now if still you want to put something or to give motivation to you, just have some perk. Okay, whatever you like. Okay, if I will finish this chapter, I will go for 5 or 10 minutes walk. I will eat fruit, or I will eat my favorite fruit or favorite dish like this one. You can put perk for your own, but this is something I'm teaching. You have to be get motivated. You should get you perk by your own. Okay, that's enough. But now we have a problem sitting for many hours. Still we are sitting having book in our hand, okay, reading, but we are not getting anything from the book. What you have to do, you have to apply the Pandora technique here. How we will put the Pomodoro technique? Pomodoro technique is something like this one. You can give a time either 25 minutes or 45 minutes, 1 hour, 1.5 hour, 2 hour, up to you how long you have the energy, the constant energy. Means the peak is high, the peak is high, the peak is high. If the peak is going low, take some rest. That timing starting to low, it's up to you. It could be 25 minutes, it could be 45 minutes, 1 minute, 2 hours, 1.5 hours, up to you. Very person to person, okay. But once, what you have to do, you have to sit. If you are not able to sit for 25 minutes, or sit for 2 minutes, try to sit for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, at least 2 minutes. Sit for 2 minutes, read one line, then take some rest. Do like this one. If you do this frequently, consistently, you will feel ashamed. Okay, can I read only for 2 minutes? Let's start for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Then you will feel a change in yourself. Maybe you can go for 45 minutes, but understand this timing will depend upon your curve. If your energy is going too low, stop there, take rest. Rest is little bit, not too much that you forgot what you studied, okay. 5 minute rest, 10 minutes is up to you. It is not like that you studied for 45 minutes and took the rest for 45 minutes or 1 hour. Put, okay, this is something like this one. One fifth of the study time, one fifth. If you study for 45 minutes, divide by 5 and take the rest, like this one, okay. So if you do like this one, you can think and you can see by your own that now again you will start. You have the great energy to start with. Again you have the fresh energy to start with. Fresh energy to start with. This means if you go with 25 minute study with 5 minute break, this means 30 minute study. If you go for 2 hours, in 2 hours this is 145 minute study. This is your liquid pure study, like liquid gold, pure gold study that you studied, really studied, you grasp the concept. It is not like that you just sitting with your book and just seeing it, not getting anything. And you put a time bar like 25 minutes, I have to complete this topic. I have to. If not, okay, see how much time it took to complete that one. The hard topic is there, maybe the easy topic is there. So totally depend upon the topic type and the level of hardness and everything. So divide your time also based on Pomodoro technique. It will help you a lot. So with this, I think I took a lot of time from you people, but it is required. If you can do this type of study, it will be very helpful for you. Still you are not motivated enough to do the study. Please talk to me one by one. So let me understand your problem, because there is no solution. You have to clear the exam by hook or by crook. If you like this video, just comment and share with your friend also. I will see you in next video. Thank you. Bye bye.